Thank you for joining me on yet another very hot day. I've just dropped my car off for its MOT. So rather than sit in the baking hot garage, boy did I feel sorry for them. They said they can't do any repairs outside because it's too hot. And it was very hot in there, so I've come down here and it's actually very pleasant. As I wanted to talk about excuses, because I am very much aware that I am making excuses, not to anybody else but me. And yes, I've used the excuse of my eyes. Health and safety, can't do that. Or I can't see that properly. I could have felt things, my crafting. But my eyes do get tired, so am I making excuses for making my excuses? I've got quite a few things that I would like to do. I enjoy going out for an occasional meal. And whilst I'm happy to go to a garden centre, going to a pub or a restaurant, that was a whole big other thing. But I did it a couple of weeks ago. Yes, I enjoyed my meal, but it wasn't the same, because for me, a meal isn't just about the food, it's about the social aspects. So talking and how's yours? Mine's good. Oh, that looks nice. So I have to accept that that aspect wouldn't be included. But apart from that, I did it. And I'm just turning aside because there's a gentleman coming the other way. Hello. And so that's one thing I've broken the back of, and I can do it again. There are things in walking that I would like to do more. I mean, walking, especially if you listen to somebody like the Vietnamese Buddhist Thich Nhat Hanh, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He says that walking is a form of meditation. I've never gone that deeply into it, but I do include mindfulness. In other words, I look around me and looking at how this has been just flattened by the heat. Listen to the birds. Feel that surface under my feet. I reach out and touch some things. And ever acknowledging health and safety, I'm going to reach out and hold on to the rail here as I go down the steps. That's just common sense. But I wonder how much longer am I going to continue to use my cataracts as an excuse not to do some of the walking that I want to? Or is it the fact that I need to accept that actually I'm being reasonable because I am getting older, so I need to be sure of where I'm placing these old feet of mine. So, is it a good reason or is it an excuse? Boy, does that water sound good. and it looks good too. I'd like to try some night walking, but that would have to be away from light pollution. And it's the light pollution that allows me to know where I'm putting my feet. I'm not sure how I would cope with walking across the field paths. If there was a decent moon, I suppose I'd be okay. But if there wasn't, that's another matter. So I think we've got to ask ourselves questions. Am I actually using a valid reason for not doing something? Or am I making an excuse? Sometimes I'll say, oh, do you know, I'm too tired to go out for a walk. But that is the time to actually say, come on, stir yourself, put your shoes on, and get out there. And you'll feel a whole lot better, physically, but mentally and emotionally too. So I think in that case, it's probably an excuse. Yes, it's getting later. I've got this to do, I've got that to do. In fact, I've just realised where these steps have brought me down to. It's the dance bridge that I recorded quite some time ago. I've never approached it from the rail trail that I've just descended from. So, self-talk. Okay, missus, yes, you might have a reason for not doing something, but question your reasoning. And make sure that, make sure that you're not using your reasons as an excuse, that they aren't things you could very, very easily override, overcome, and get on. Just like going for that meal on my own. Maybe the next step is actually going on a holiday on my own. Don't know when I last had a holiday, years and years and years ago. I no longer possess a passport, so any holiday would have to be UK, but there's a lot of UK that I could visit. My reason for not doing it is, again, I prefer to share. But I could share with you guys. There we are. That's that excuse kicked into touch. So once my other eye has been sorted and I'm confident to get back out for a decent level of driving, and even to be able to drive in the sunshine and in the dark, then the world may not be my boundary, but certainly great parts of UK are. So stop it. And basically all I'm saying is have a think about when you use excuses or give yourself a reason for not doing anything. Is it an excuse? And if so, why? There might be some health and safety issues that are genuine reasons, excuses. Money is often a reason for not doing something. But have a think. Question your reasons, your excuses. And on that note, I am going to go over this little rickety-rackety bridge and hope that Billy Goat Gruff isn't hiding under there. Little Billy Goat, middle Billy Goat, great big Billy Goat Gruff. Oh goodness me, the woman is losing the plot. On that note, I'll say cheerio for now and admire the way that common or garden weed is holding its head high in this sunshine. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Speak to you soon.